unless you respond unless you respond, how will I get to know that you have studied? So first of all, when we talk about after such a long gap, you should be able to respond me, and for that you have to flip the pages before the classes begin. Let me do this with you. So good morning, class 12D. We are doing the chapter Principles of Management in Business Studies. Now the principles of management we talk about are basically given by two important people related with business management. One is Henry Fayol and the other is F.W. Taylor. The approach which was given by Henry Fayol is behavioral approach, which is having principles which are based on trial and acceptance method, hit and trial. They had no scientific base behind them. But the principles which were given by F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor, these were based on certain scientific phenomena. So this is the basic difference between the principles which were given by Henry Fayol and the principles which were given by F.W. Taylor. So accordingly we will discuss. We will quickly revise the principles of Henry Fayol and then we will move to F.W. Taylor. The first principle which was given by Henry Fayol includes the division of work. If you have the notes with you, which we did in the past few days or on the past period, then you please turn it up. If you have a book, the book Business Studies by Sandeep Garg or any other book, but it should have the same content. I don't mind if you don't have the Sandeep Garg book, but preferably if you have not purchased, please purchase this Sandeep Garg book. Otherwise, you can get through with the other books also, but they should have the topics similar ones. Otherwise, you will have all the confusion. So the first principle which was given by Henry Fayol was the division of work. He said there has to be division of work among the laborers. At each level of management, the workers should know what is their exact task to be performed. Now all those who attended the previous class, quickly tell me how many levels of management do we have? 3 levels of management. The top level management, and the task of the top level management is to frame the policies or do the highest most decision making. What is the job of the middle level management? To connect with the operational level people and to implement or to impart those rules and regulations which they have received from the top management. Now what is the task of the operational level managers? And I have also told you, if you talk about planning, organizing, directing, staffing and controlling, I have also told you in the previous class which work is associated with which level of management. So operational level management actually is in contact with the workers. They are actually in contact with those who are doing the work. So it is their job to make them work and to revert back to the management if they are doing their jobs properly or not. So there has to be division of work. According to Henry Fayol, there has to be division of work. Those who attended the first class in June, we discussed this, so you should be knowing it. The next principle of Henry Fayol includes authority and responsibility. And if you see, there is a balancing made. There is a tarazu. Okay, if you check out, there is a weighing balance which is made. There has to be authority and there has to be responsibility. Both has to be carried on at the similar level. जिनके पास authority है, उनको अपना task, जो अपनी decision making है, उनको सही से implement करना आना चाहिए, और जिनके पास responsibility है, उनको उस काम को ठीक से करना होगा. और अगर ऐसा हो रहा है, then there is balance between authority and responsibility. Children, at any point of time, if you feel like I have to repeat any point, please tell me. I am doing fast because we have already discussed it. The third point includes, can you tell me? The third point given by Henry Fayol. Always remember, Henry Fayol के जो points होते हैं वो behavioral होते हैं. They have a more human approach. लेकिन जो F.W. Taylor के हैं वो scientific level के हैं, and that is why just now we are discussing the Henry Fayol principles, which are based on behavioral approach. So the third one is discipline. In any organization, in order for an organization to function properly, right from a house to school to an army to a business organization, there has to be discipline. There has to be discipline in the organization, that is जिसका जो टास्क है उसको अपने गिवन स्टिपुलेटेड टाइम पीरियड में उसको कंप्लीट करना है. देयर हैज टू बी डिसिप्लिन. ओनली देन देयर विल बी the two important points: effectiveness will be there and efficiency will be there. There should be discipline in the management and in the employees as well. The next point that we have is Henry Fayol's. There has to be unity of control. Anybody can decide, anybody can do the decision making. Will it work? The teacher will also teach you, the monitor will also teach you, some teacher who is teaching in any other section will also teach you, and one day some PN will also teach you. Will it work? No. There has to be unity in command. जिससे हम command receive कर रहे हैं, it is very important कि हर बार वो ही हमें instruct करे. जो followers हैं, they should remain the followers, और जो instructors हैं, they should work at their instruction level or the management level only. So there has to be unity of command. The next point includes unity of direction. Very important. Everything should work for the betterment of the organization. It is not like that जो management है वो तो चाहता है कि firm का भला हो, but employees, they are not bothered. Will the organization function properly? No, it will not. So there has to be unity of direction. One very important example which I gave you related to unity of direction is that of a hockey game or a football game. There has to be a net and all the members of the same team have to drive the ball towards their court, right? If one is driving it in the other direction, there will be chaos, there will be confusion, the goal will not be met. So there has to be unity of direction. And what is the direction? One direction is to move towards the profit or betterment of the organization. What is the next point? Quickly. Subordination. You should stop working at an individual interest and you should start working at the organizational interest. जिस भी organization में हम काम कर रहे हैं, for example, if I am working in a school, I am not here to show how talented I am. I am here to teach you. So stop focusing on individual interest and focus on firm's interest as a whole. All the organizers and all the workers should work towards attaining more profit of the business. जहाँ वो firm का फ़ायदा छोड़ देंगे और अपना personal फ़ायदा की तरफ inclined हो जाएंगे, वहाँ पे क्या होगा? There will be mismanagement. Lack of management will be there. There will be no coordination between the activities, and ultimately the profits of the organization will decline. For example, here they have given, if a manager's objective is to earn more salary and company is going through financial crisis, to hell with the company, I will make more money. If the manager starts working this way, do you think the organization will function in a good way? Will it give a good impression? Will it give a good impression to the employees? Will they feel motivated? No. The company is going in losses and he is only bothered about making a fat salary, so it will not work. So you should decline your individual interest and you should work towards the interest of organization as a whole. The next point which we missed out on the first day is remuneration of employees. If you have written it, very good. If you have not written, जो 12 points आपने लिखे थे उसके आगे लिख लीजिए. Remuneration of employees. There has to be a fixed remuneration. और what is remuneration? What you get in return, you make the services. कोई भी employee जो अपनी services render कर रहा है, in return he is receiving a salary. So there has to be a certain pattern on the basis of which the remuneration is paid to the employees. Now you see in India, many workers, many laborers were exploited, especially in the older times. वो लोग जो uneducated और poor होते थे, कितना भी काम उनसे कराते थे. The old workers or the old sahukars, mahajans, or the money lenders or the farm owners, do keep on doing the work. I will not pay you accordingly. So to compensate all this, some certain laws were made. For example, labor laws in India work, industrial Regulation Act is there, and on the basis of which working hours are fixed, their salaries are fixed. It is pre-decided how much will you work and how much will you be paid. So there should be a proper remuneration for the employees. Any confusion with the remuneration of the employees, children? Is there any confusion with the remuneration? Okay. So Henry Fayol also said there has to be a certain set pattern of remuneration which is paid to the employees, and this works on the basis of Indian Factories Act, Indian Labor Laws Act. So all these acts were made, and on the basis of this, the rules and regulations for payment, for the working hours, working conditions, all this were pre-decided. Next is centralization and decentralization. किस चीज का सेंट्रलाइजेशन होना चाहिए? There has to be centralization of decision making, and there has to be decentralization of work. Centralized commands centralized होनी चाहिए, whereas working decentralized होनी चाहिए. Command one end से receive होनी चाहिए, whereas उसके बेसिस पे काम सबको करना पड़ेगा जितने भी उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का पार्ट हैं. So there has to be centralization of command and decentralization of work. Division of responsibilities should be there, and centralization of authority should be there. Okay, next point is there has to be a scalar chain. Remember the triangle diagram? If A is the top management, A level, B level, C level, D level and E level, and if E has to approach A, he has to follow a scalar chain. Also, if he has to communicate with somebody working at the same level, he doesn't have to go through A to reach the other direction, but here he can use the gangplank. How will a gangplank work? E can directly communicate with the person who is working on the same chain with him. जो हमारे लेवल पे काम कर रहे हैं उन तक पहुंचने के लिए हम अथॉरिटीज से हो करके ना जाएं. इतना फ्लेक्सिबल हो हमारा सिस्टम कि हम उनको डायरेक्टली अप्रोच कर सकें, ताकि हमें अगर कुछ भी पूछना है तो हम उनसे डायरेक्टली पूछ सकते हो. Whereas अगर हमें ये पूछना है कि what is the next command which is to be followed, so there has to be a scalar chain. E will ask the immediate senior D. D will ask the immediate senior C. C will ask his immediate senior B. And who will be the ultimate senior? A. There has to be a scalar chain which has to be followed. Commands follow top to bottom, and requests or complaints, they follow bottom to top. This I had told you when we were doing the first chapter also. Top level से bottom level पर commands flow करते हैं. Top level will make the commands and they will pass it on to other levels. Whereas अगर queries हैं या dissatisfaction है, disapproval है या कोई request है, so they will follow from bottom to top, from the junior most towards the senior most. So this is the scalar chain which has to be followed. What is the next point? Order. Right order has to be followed. Right order has to be received from the higher authorities and has to be continued by the other people. The next point is equity. There has to be equity and no discrimination. How will discrimination happen in any business organization?
On the basis of religion,
हाँ, religion, gender, females are to be paid less. Usually फैक्ट्रीज एक्ट में यही डिसाइड किया गया कि अगर सिमिलर नंबर ऑफ वर्किंग आवर्स मेल और फीमेल दोनों के हैं तो मजदूरी तो एक वुमन ने भी इक्वली करी है, right? So she also should be paid an equal sum of money. So there has to be equity. Equity in terms of remuneration, equity in terms of working hours, and there should be no discrimination activities, stereotypical activities नहीं होनी चाहिए. I hope you remember these terms, stereotypes, discriminations. हाँ, ये तो इस वाले कम्युनिटी को बिलोंग करते हैं, इनका काम तो ज़रूर गड़बड़ ही होगा, इन्हें लोअर लेवल पर रखो. What is this? This is discrimination, disequality. According to Henry Fayol, all this should not be there. The work of a management is to see that there has to be equity among its members, among its workers basically. The next point is stability of personnel. What is the meaning of personnel? PERSONNEL. personnel क्या होता है? हाँ, वर्कर ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ पर्सनल मीन्स बहुत फ्रीक्वेंटली वर्कर्स का आना जाना नहीं होना चाहिए. somebody came, he worked for 2 months, left the job. some other person came, he was a little better, he worked for 4 months, then again he left the job. What is this? This is high labor turnover. Labor turnover means laborers are leaving the jobs very quickly. So there should be low labor turnover. There should be stability of personnel. कोई भी हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से खुशी नहीं है, सब हर थोड़े समय बाद, थोड़े मंथ्स के बाद, थोड़े ईयर्स के बाद जॉब छोड़ करके चले जाते हैं. Do you think that a management of such an organization is working effectively? No. People are dissatisfied. Do you think the people are happy with them? I was very happy with my boss, that is why I left the job. Have you ever heard somebody saying this? No. So there has to be stability of the personnel or stability of the workers. So according to Henry Fayol, गुड मैनेजमेंट तभी होगा जब जो हमारे वर्कर्स हैं वो हमारे प्रति लॉयल रहें, हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में देर तक काम कर सकें. ओके, द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज इनिशिएटिव. दिस ऑल्सो वी हैड नॉट डन ऑन दैट डे. Initiative means who will take the initiative of helping the teacher? Now everybody sitting quietly. Does this happen in the class? Yes or no? Please tell me. I have also been some of you's class teacher. I am asking, who will be the cupboard in charge? Ayushi is thinking Shashwat will be there. Shashwat is thinking Laiba will do the work. Why will I do? What is this? Nobody is taking the initiative. If the same thing happens in the organization, what will happen? There will be, the growth will be stagnant, right? The functioning of the organization will not be smooth. So the task of management is to encourage or boost the workers that they should be able to take the initiative, right? और ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? For example, if a management took up a meeting with the workers and the management said, you please suggest me on this, and they put up a problem in front of them. Everybody A, B, C, D, E, they all gave their suggestions. Are you on track? Are you getting the example which I am giving you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So A, B, C, D, E, पांचों लोगों ने अपने अपने decisions दिए. Now the management loved what C said. The management said C gave the best suggestion, and as a reward I am paying him 5,000 rupees. What is this? This is a motivation. Okay. Now next time अब जब management call करेगा तो A भी चाहेगा कि मैं डिसीजन दूँ, करेक्ट डिसीजन दूँ, B भी चाहेगा कि मैं पार्टिसिपेट करूँ, D और E ये बाकी के लोग भी चाहेंगे कि मैं पार्टिसिपेट करूँ. Why? Because I will also get 5,000 rupees, right? In the similar way, if the management wants the workers to function or to take the initiative, they have to give some sort of boost or some sort of bonus or some sort of extra in terms of gifts, in terms of appreciation, in terms of payment to them. Alright? And the last point was Esprit de Corps. What is the meaning of Esprit de Corps? I told you.
Ma'am, that management should promote spirit of unity and harmony.
One by one. Yes, Shashwat.
Ma'am, that management should promote team spirit of unity and harmony.
Very good. Khalik, what were you saying?
There should be a team spirit according to
There should be a team spirit. Yes, good. Ayushi, please repeat.
Management must encourage and promote team spirit, unity and harmony.
Okay, so everybody agrees that team spirit is very important. Management should promote. Sometimes when you were given duties in the class, the teachers say the monitors will change. Or if two are given the same task, they both have to work with coordination. Or if 4 sections are there, A, B, C, D, and the principal gives instructions to the class teachers of class 12th, it means they all have to function with teamwork. If I say I will not participate, let A, B and D do it, it will not be done in a better manner. So there has to be teamwork going on in the business organization. So children, since this was very important, I made sure that it is repeated again. Any confusion with the principles of F.W. Taylor? Sorry, with the principles of Henry Fayol? Okay,
Sure, ma'am.
okay. Now here only, yes, anybody who was saying anything? Fine. Here only, please tell me, did Ma'am Gambhir do F.W. Taylor's principles with you? Was this done? Was this discussed? Was this discussed? Okay, fine. So let's begin as if it is a fresh topic. Now the principles which were given by Henry Fayol, they were behavioral, but they did not have any scientific backing. ये कहाँ से आया? We don't know. ऐसा आप क्यों कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि सारे फॉर्म्स ऐसा करते हैं, ये चीज़ हेल्पफुल है रिजल्ट ओरिएंटेशन के लिए, तो हम भी ऐसा कर रहे हैं. सो दे हैड नो साइंटिफिक बैकिंग बेसिकली. देन people switched towards F.W. Taylor's principles. So, Frederick Winslow Taylor, March 1856 to March 1915. 1915 he passed away. Frederick Winslow Taylor was another fellow who gave principles of scientific management. And there are certain bases on which his principles are based upon. I repeat, the points which I am discussing with you, these are not the actual principles, but these are the bases on which F.W. Taylor's principles are based upon. There are 4 points on which Taylor's principles were based. Can you tell me which 4 points were there? F.W. Taylor ने जो scientific principles दिए, it is not a rule of thumb. Yes.
Harmony, not discord.
Okay.
Cooperation, not individual.
And
Development of others to the greatest efficiency.
okay, children. So, like in case you wish to know more about F.W. Taylor, I'll share a link with you also. F.W. Taylor ने एक book लिखी थी, Principles of Scientific Management, and one more book, a book which was named Shop Management. और इसमें उन्होंने अपने कुछ scientific principles दिए, the principles which are based on certain scientific phenomena, and these are the phenomena on which F.W. Taylor's points are based upon. Science and not rule of thumb. It is not rule of, what is rule of thumb? पता नहीं है ऐसा क्यों होता है, बट सब लोग ऐसा करते हैं, इसलिए हम भी ऐसे ही फॉलो करते हैं अपने बिजनेस में. दिस इज रूल ऑफ थंब. बट ही सेड नो, इट इज साइंस, इट इज नॉट रूल ऑफ थंब. For any management to follow the management policies, it has to be based on certain science. So it is science and it is not a rule of thumb. The next basis was there should be harmony and not discord. सबकी सहमति होनी चाहिए और डिसअग्रीमेंट या डिसअप्रूवल नहीं होना चाहिए. देयर शुड बी अग्रीमेंट. एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में वर्क करने वाले सब लोग जब एक ही बात पर अग्री करेंगे तब तो वो चीज़ प्रॉपरली फंक्शन करेगी, और अगर नहीं अग्री करेंगे देन इट विल नॉट हैपन. सो एवरीबडी हैज़ टू वर्क इन हार्मनी एंड देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी डिस्कॉर्ड. हार्मनी मीन्स अप्रूवल और अग्रीमेंट, and then there should not be discord or disharmony should not be there. Can you give me any example of disharmony or discord? A, B, C, 3 workers are there in an office. A and C are following the commands that they have to leave the job at 6 p.m. that they have to leave the office, at 6 p.m. 9 to 6, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. B regularly leaves the office at 4 p.m. How will A and C feel? Will they feel good about it? They will be dissatisfied with the working condition. Why is the management not saying something to B? So there has to be harmony. There doesn't have to be discord. जो management ने कहा है उसको agree करना सबको पड़ेगा. It's not that half of them are agreeing, half of them are not agreeing. In this regards, only half profit will be made, only half progress will be made. The third basis given by F.W. Taylor, which is there should be cooperation, not individualism. Remember, we are being talking about team spirit, teamwork. So there has to be cooperation. When you work in an organization, you have to work for the betterment of organization. You have to stop working for the benefit of an individual. जब हम ये सोच के काम करते हैं कि इसमें हमारा personal interest है, firm will not progress. But when we decide that it is for the progress of the organization where we are working, then the functioning of the firm will be better. So there has to be coordination and individualism should not be there. Give an example of individualism. Again, management is thinking about his own salary and forgetting about the losses in which the firm is going on. Getting that thing? Coordination and not individualism. What is the last point, children? Sorry, not cooperation. What is the fourth point?
Development of workers.
Development of workers to the greatest efficiency and prosperity.
Development of the workers to the greatest efficiency and prosperity. Okay. For example, I am a manager. I appointed 2 fellows, A and B. A has a very, very good track record. But the moment he has joined my firm, he is not working well. I have to find out, is there any problem with me that I am not able to derive maximum benefits from A? It is I who has to decide. हो सकता है वो तो काम करने में बहुत capable है, लेकिन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या मैनेजमेंट ही उससे काम नहीं कर पा रहा है. दैट मीन्स टू डिराइव द मैक्सिमम बेनिफिट फ्रॉम एन इंडिविजुअल, फ्रॉम अ वर्कर, शुड बी द टास्क ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. हो सकता है आप बहुत अच्छे हैं, लेकिन आपका बॉस आपको करेक्ट इंस्ट्रक्शंस नहीं देता है, इसके लिए आप करेक्टली काम नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. डज दिस हैपन्स इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? हमको ठीक से पता ही नहीं था कि इस डेट पे काम वर्क सबमिट करना है. हमें ये भी नहीं पता था कि बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स ऐसे मेंटेन करनी है. तो हमने क्या किया? डबल एंट्री सिस्टम में काम करना शुरू कर दिया, जबकि फॉर्म को सिंगल एंट्री सिस्टम चाहिए था. व्हाट इज दिस? This is, I am not able to derive maximum benefit from my accountant. So there has to be bringing out greatest efficiency from the worker. So the management should be able to derive maximum benefits from their employees. Only this way the firm is going to function properly. So let us repeat, what are the 4 bases on which F.W. Taylor's principles are based upon? Management principles are signs, they are not thumb rule. Second point, there should be harmony and there should be not discord. Harmony honi chahiye, yani ki there should be similarity of decision, there should be agreement, there should not be disagreement. The third point is, they should work in cooperation and not for individual interest. And what is the fourth point? Development of workers to the greatest efficiency and the prosperities. You have to derive maximum out of them. A worker who can work for 10 hours, अगर हम उसको 5 hours के बाद घर जाने को बोल देंगे तो हमारा काम भी आधा ही हो पाएगा. We are not able to derive maximum benefits, so the firm or the organization has to suffer. Children, have you done the techniques of scientific management also? The techniques given by F.W. Taylor? Okay. So we will take it on one day so that we can complete it all together. Clear? Understood? Okay. Now please mark down some of the questions. By default, all the case study material that you have in your book, you have to go through it and you have to ask me if there is any query. Let's mark down a few questions. What do you mean by principles of management? If you have a book, you can mark it down. It is from the book exercises. Explain what is meant by principles of management. Next question. Write differences between principles of management and techniques of management. Differences between principles of management and techniques of management. So principles are the method and techniques are the actual steps which are to be followed. Another question. Explain the principles of scientific management. Explain the principles of scientific management. Now when they are asking explain the principles of scientific management, whose principles are they asking? It is Frederick Taylor's principles that they are asking. Okay, fine. Next, explain the principles of Fayol. Explain the principles of Fayol. Principle, not S, it's not plural. Explain the principle of Fayol, which suggests that communication should be followed from top to bottom. Communication should be followed from top to bottom. What is scalar chain and gangplank? What is scalar chain and gangplank? Next, how principles of management help? How principles of management help in optimum utilization of resources. How principles of management help in optimum utilization of resources. Optimum utilization of resources means deriving the maximum from a human being and deriving the maximum from a machinery also. Next question is, explain science, not rule of thumb. Explain science, not rule of thumb as a principle. Explain the following principles of management. Cooperation and not individualism. Cooperation and not individualism. And another point, subordination of individual interest to general interest. Subordination of individual interest to general interest. So in general, when you discuss all the principles of Henry Fayol and all the principles of F.W. Taylor, you will get the answers to all these questions. How many questions have you written, children? 8 questions by far. Okay, fine. Let us keep it till here only. Kindly read out the next portion, that is techniques of scientific management. We will discuss this on the next turn. Okay. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.